real hectic weekend. We read about 5 stories today, all about you over the weekend. Is that right that you were caught, well, not caught, you were running around your hotel in just a dressing gown? Why?
No. Okay, here's what happened. Okay, exactly. Here's what happened. There was a fire alarm. I don't know why these things have to happen to me, but whatever. There's a fire alarm that went off at the hotel, and usually, you know, you'll think it's a false alarm or whatever, but it was really loud, and it kept going. So we were like, okay, is there a fire? And I'm like, can I get dressed? Because I was getting my hair and makeup done and in my little, basically nothing, little, whatever you want to call it. And so then I got scared and I was like, I just got dressed quickly because I was like, if I have to run outside, I don't want to be, you know, that'll be the next story. She ran outside nude for no reason, you know.
It was a false alarm.
It was a false alarm that lasted like a half an hour.
Oh, God,
so, you know.
head splitting.
Were you out cold? Where were you? In the car?
No, I was in the hotel, but I was just trying to figure out, and the security kept calling me, being like, everything's cool, but sometimes I'm like, are they telling me that for real, or just they don't want me to go outside, and panic and whatever.
Now, on Saturday, we read, again, you'll probably say, no, not quite the way it worked,
right.
but you won an arm wrestling competition with the DJ Joe Wiley?
Well, actually, she asked me to arm wrestle because she heard that I was strong or something, I guess. And so I was the arm wrestling champion of my junior high school.
Really?
Until, like, 8th grade, I was. Until 8th grade when the guys started getting a little bit bigger. So then, you know, I had lost to one of the bigger guys. But, yeah, so we arm wrestled. And
but it says
that the report... Let's make out one point here. I am the current arm wrestling champion of this desk.
Of course you are.
I am.
Oh, well, you should be.
You don't want to...
I would if I were in a better outfit that wouldn't, you know, lift up in the back, because then they'll say I just stripped on the show. And it is morning TV, and, you know, I'm not used to daytime things. I'm not prepared.
Anyway, Joe apparently got injured. I don't know if you injured her.
I hope she didn't get injured. No, what happened was, I don't think she expected me to be strong, because she looked quite strong, and she was, you know. I'm not trying to say she wasn't strong, but I think people just aren't ready, because I was the champ. Well, she just wasn't prepared. What happened was, it was like an arm wrestle like this, and then her shoulder, I guess, maybe something happened. Hopefully she's okay. She was very cool, and I enjoyed being on her show.
Yes,
DJs will watch you with respect even more from now on. Let's go and get it.
Now, yesterday, you were on Oxford Street. You were supposed to arrive in a helicopter. What happened there? Because that was what all the reports were saying, that you were going to arrive in a helicopter, but you didn't.
I don't know where they got the helicopter thing from.
Does it drive you mad, all these stories that you're always having to bat off?
Well, when they said the helicopter thing, I was like, really? They said that? I was like, that'd be pretty cool. I would actually like that, because it'd be fun. You could, you know, it'd be very quite James Bond to come down, and, you know, and like a little string come down and come in a helicopter, and, you know,
well,
fabulous.
I read it in Friday's paper, so I said to our producer, I said, Jane, get a camera crew over there. We'd like to show that on Monday. Because it was a taxi, and apparently... Oh, another thing, you apparently gave the taxi driver £150 tip, which is about $300, is that right?
Well, I don't know the money, you know, situation. I'm not good with numbers.
No.
So, so that was the money that I had with me, because I had to arrange for my own transportation. And I was just like, okay, here's the money. I got to get inside and see the
That's fine. We're pleased you're here, because right after this, almost immediately, you are heading for the airport.
Yes.
Going back to the Billboard Music Awards,
yes,
for which I think you're nominated for everything.
It's a lot of nominations. I'm very thankful.
How many? A lot.
There's a lot, yeah. So it's a nice thing, and I couldn't miss it, and I really wanted to stay, but I was like, honey, gotta get to that show. It's too hard.
It'll be a great night.
But it's nice to see you excited about it, because the amount of awards that you've probably received in your career, you know, you've still got that excitement for it. It's important to keep that, I would imagine.
Well, it's really exciting, especially because, you know, We Belong Together, the song that I just sang, has actually become... in America, the biggest radio song of all time. It's become the biggest song of my whole career. So, meaning that it's a whole technical thing, but it's the most plays a record has gotten in audience. So that means a huge deal to me, and I wrote it with my friend Jermaine Dupree, who's an incredible producer and just a great person. Yes, he loves JD. He needs to come over here. He's very excited about the song. Yeah, so it'll be fun, and I need to be there with him tonight. You know,
and tell us about the album, The Emancipation of Mimi. Yes, the title, really unusual title. What does it actually refer to?
Well, Mimi is just a nickname that really only my family and close friends would use for me, but I have a million nicknames. Like, it could have been The Emancipation of whoever. I don't want to give any of my other ones away. Mirage was one in high school. But, you know, I'm not being... Mirage is from high school. Mimi kind of stuck with me. So I thought it'd be cool because every album I've had has been like Daydream, Music Box, Butterfly, and people started taking shots like, what's her next album, Unicorn, you know. So I was like, let me just think of something. And it really is like very much, the music is very representative of who I am as, you know, a real person. I thought that Mimi kind of brought me closer to my fans because as opposed to like the whole Mariah Carey thing with its own baggage and whatever. So I thought it was cute. Now my fans know my private nickname and now I have to have a new one because my family is mad at me.
And it's a huge album and there's so many tracks on it. How long does it take to produce an album of this size?
Because you co-produced the whole thing, didn't you? And wrote, or co-wrote half the song, not all of them.
All of them, yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, because I didn't do any covers. I've always written all my songs, and it's interesting. I was doing an interview last night with somebody for the LA Times, and he was saying, well, it's a long story, but he was just saying he feels like, you know, the reason I don't get credit as a songwriter is because people see this whole diva thing, and they'd rather talk about, like, red carpets and rose petals and dressing gowns than, like, oh, she was in the studio producing a song. How cool. You know what I mean? Because unless you're strumming a guitar or you have a piano in front of you, you're not a musician. I don't know.
And one of your prized possessions is Jackson P. Muttley.
Jackson, my dog.
He's your dog. What does the P stand for, just out of interest?
For what he does in the corner.
Exactly. And he does do that quite often in the corner. Yes, and you know, we try to take him outside and whatever, but I think he prefers carpeting. I don't know.
Is that right that he's appeared on front covers with you? Not only that, he's got his own website?
He's got 3 websites.
A dog with 3 websites.
And I didn't initiate these websites, mind you. I love my dog like nobody else. I mean, forget it. I'm in love with this dog. And the fans actually, I guess they sensed that, and they made these websites. The first one was from Japan. It was called Love, Love, Jack, and I was like, that's so cool. And then there was the Marvelous Jack, and the new one is Doggy P. Fly. Because my fan club is called Honey Bee Fly, so they called it Doggy P. Fly. So I think he kind of senses it, you know, because he gets his picture taken out.
I think he knows he's special.
I think he does.
Because not many people or humans or anybody get the chance to take a bath with Mariah Carey, but he does. He leaps in, doesn't he?
That's the thing. He loves water so much because when he was a puppy, I put him in the pool, and like at first he was a little bit like he didn't know what to do, and then he was totally excited and kept jumping in the water. So anytime I'm like running a bath at home or whatever, I have to make sure the door is closed, or I'll get in the bathtub and he'll be swimming around in my bathtub. No, he's really obsessed. He's obsessed with water. Yeah.
Now, on the web, I know you said your dog has 3 websites.
Yes.
You have an official website, of
Yes.
course. And on it, there's a list of Mariahisms, little words and phrases that you use. And I think we've got a list of them somewhere on here.
So there's Okie Dokie Smoky.
Okay.
Well, that's a standard. Isn't that a classic? Or you guys don't have that one
well,
here?
Okie Dokie.
Okie Dokie, but not the Smoky.
But that's everything's
Oh,
okay.
Smoky? I think I got that from my mom.
Yeah?
I think when I was little, she was probably like, Okie Dokie, Smoky.
And what's Papow?
Oh, Pippity Pow.
Pow?
Pow.
But don't you sort of do a thing with that?
No, I just go pow.
Oh, pow.
And what does it
Well,
mean?
it just means, okay, like your shirt is pow. I like your shirt. Earrings, very pow. You know, you just something that kind of like an excitement, you know.
You've got your own language. What is lammy? What is lammy?
Oh, no. Well, lamb, it's just a term of endearment. Haven't you ever heard anybody say, like, oh, be a lamb and do such and such and such? Well, this sort of started because there was this singer. It's a long story. I'll make it short. Try to make it short. A popular singer whose name I won't say. And one of my friends was singing backup for them. And they said as a joke to this person, would you be a lamb and carry my bags up to the room for me to the star? And he didn't find it funny. So we started saying, be a lamb and do such and such. And then it just turned into lamb and it turned into lammy. And
what about Pip?
What about Pip?
Pip. Pip means like hot, you know.
All right, okay.
But how do you guys know? You really did the research.
Well, we did the whole thing. So we could say your new album is very Pip.
And I would be like, oh,
Okie
thank
Dokie,
you.
It's lammy.
Well, Okie Dokie, you know, I usually say that when it's like, you know, whatever, like Okie Dokie, Smoky, let's go. But very Pip would be a compliment, like your shirt. Very Pip.
And you're a bit of a collector of memorabilia as well. You've just bought, I don't know how long you've had it actually, but a $600,000 piano.
Well, it was Marilyn Monroe's piano.
Wow.
And it was actually her mother's piano. And I'm a big fan of Marilyn Monroe. And I knew the history because in her autobiography she talks about, there's a chapter called How I Rescued a White Piano, and it's like her only childhood, like tied to her childhood, which was a really tough, she had a tough, you know, life and stuff. So when they did the auction, I felt like there wasn't a real family, there wasn't a family member to represent her and say, no, she wouldn't want this going there and whatever. I didn't want the dress from Happy Birthday, Mr. President. I didn't want those things. I wanted something that I feel like she would have wanted to be preserved, and that meant a lot to her, you know, in terms of the sentiment of it. So,
do you or your mother play piano? Does it get played?
You know what? The piano is from 1937, and I tried to have it tuned, and they were like, better idea not to tune it. So I preserved it as it was, as she had it, even with the little chips and everything. And it's in an area of my apartment that I don't really like people to go into.
So many things you want to talk about. Things like you, when you were rehearsing with your mother at the age of 3, she forgot her cue and you sang it. Will you come back sometime and sing it again for us and talk to us?
I would love to come
back. They would love it as well. Now I've got a plane to catch, so thank you very much. All right, Carey, that's our show for today. Tomorrow we're joined by top TV star and movie star John Hurt.
And we'll have music from young jazz sensation Jamie Cullum.
And someone could win that £5,000 as a spinner winner. That's all the fun at 1:30. See you then. Bye. Thank you.
So tonight's the night. Just 3 stars remain in our rainforest camp, but who is your king or queen of the jungle? Sid, Cherie or Carol? It's all down to you. I'm a Celebrity, the final, tonight at 9.